Hi everyone. I managed to shock myself today because my video didn't seem to record with sound, so I recorded a lot of Hitman yesterday and figured, spice it up on the channel and do everything and, try to just not be a one game YouTuber or whatever, make it a bit more interesting. And then I realized my mic wouldn't pick up the sound yesterday for all of the videos that I did yesterday, so I managed to, or actually decided to just delete it all. And so I've now spent half an hour or so trying to figure out what to do with the sound and fiddled a bit with OBS Studio. And it's now, doing stuff differently than it did before because before, when I was recording the commentary here, I didn't have to hear myself on my headphones. And now I do, because otherwise it's not going to record. And I'm not sure whether it's an OBS Studio issue or whether it's a Windows issue. Try to fiddle with everything that I, sort of understand about the hardware on what fits where and whatnot. But for now, I guess I'm stuck with hearing myself double because, of course I hear myself speak and then I hear myself speak in the headphones and it's just slightly off and it's just very weird. But anyway, everything for YouTube, right? So let's continue here. We have our little village of Nord Hamburg, and we do not have any of the other regions yet, but we will in due time, in due time. Our region itself, just to show you, does have fertility, so we will be building some farms. And we've started here with the first ones getting us barley and wheat. I think I'll be putting another farm here because we have good fertility for barley here. We prepared the roads just a little bit just to get us the good farmland, or reserve us the good farmland for farming actually. Although I did use some of that for 2 of the burgages. And then we have some more good farmland up here. But any of that really should give us some good harvests for now. We've just started building the farmhouse. We're now in year 3. And let's see where we'll end up. We have 3 people in the quarry. We have 4 traders, 4 horses. We will be adding another trader very soon. And I think I'll be building the second trader somewhere up here just to save them, save them a little bit of a way to travel. And yeah, let's see how well we can set this up. Sorry about that. Just had to cough just a little bit. So this, I think we wanted to make into an orchard. It's kind of funny, because I've been recording several different series for Manor Lords, kind of tend to forget what I wanted to do. And maybe that's an old age thing. It probably doesn't happen to younger gamers, but I'm not as young as I used to be. So I just have to make do with what my brain allows me to do. And if that makes you feel superior, more power to you. It's fine. With age comes some wisdom and some relaxation about some stuff. I'll still argue about, whatever I care about, which we won't get into here, no worries. But, some things are just you know, you do you. I'll do what I want to do. I try not to hurt anyone, and I think if that's um, your leading moral compass, basically, I think you're fine. So, let's see, we did build a manor here. I do want to try to build a castle at some point later here. I don't have much practice with it because there's no function behind it right now, unless you specifically build the castle and then pull any raiders or whatever to that castle. Then it can be very effective in defending your town. But if you don't do that, it really doesn't serve a purpose. So in this playthrough, because we don't have military, it's just going to be cosmetic. But we'll try to practice and see, you know, how does it work and what options do we have so that when we do go into a military playthrough, we'll know what to do. For now, we're just waiting. I'm going to put that onto a master speed in just a second. For now, we're just waiting for stuff to get finished, and I'm pretty certain that I wanted to build another carrot plot here. We do have carrots down here. We have more carrots here, a small, yeah, no, we're gonna make this a cabbage field. We have the money to buy the seeds, so that shouldn't be an issue, and we're also gonna have to think about relocating where the forester works, because if this is gonna be farmland, they don't have to reforest that area, so we'll be doing the forest here instead. And the logging camp can also go there and work there. Well, actually, no, they can just empty the farmland, and that way we don't waste any trees. 31 timber. If we're short on people, I think we can reduce the logging camp to just 1. We have 4 people in the farmhouse. I think that's enough for the fields that we have, but just in case, we're gonna add 1 more here. The fisherman's hut is working down to 120. We're keeping that limit, or the reserve, pretty high, because I've been told that you'll get more fish out of that setting rather than setting that reserve too low, and then it takes a lot longer for the fish to come back. You know, when they have fun in the water and everything, and there's going to be more fish afterward. In order to prevent that taking too much time, just set the reserve a little bit higher. And the windmill is staffed. We have someone in the malthouse, so we're all set on pretty much everything. So next thing we're going to need is going to be a bakery. And that's gonna go either here or into a double plot. So we'll need lots of bread, but I don't think that we have another double plot as we did for the tailor's shop. So they will level up, they'll become a baker and provide that sweet, sweet bread to our people. Oh, we have wheat bread. What did I overlook? Oh, there's another baker. Well, you know, it doesn't matter. Can never have enough bakers. Excuse me. This is almost done. So let's speed this up a bit. And these people... Let's see. Let's consider first. I mean, this is why I keep checking up here. You know, what are the resources doing? Where are we on production and everything? So... depending on what I see here, I will add backyard extension to the burgages, and I think we're gonna do more goats for now. We seem to be okay on pork. We're gonna have to add all of it as we grow, you know, keep sort of like a, I don't know, 15%, whatever, ratio going for each of them. But right now, what we're lacking is Chevron, so we'll be adding more goats, and you will have an orchard. So, goats. Goats are pretty awesome, by the way, if you see them. They're just so funny the way they play and, you know, jump around and everything. Just pretty awesome creatures. And I think the next wave of burgages are going to be apiaries in order to do something for our environment. We have a good pollination effect. Crop orchard vegetable yields are increased by an amount equal to 30% of the combined meadow environment and apiation affinity values. So let's see if we can increase this 33% by adding some apiaries. And then here, apiary production. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Both of these are at 33%, so maybe we can get them up by building apiaries. I really don't know. This looks good. We don't have that much farmland yet. Oh, that's okay. No effect here. This is one of the perks that can be influenced by the origin cards, which we don't have because I chose off the Vogtland because I like the card. I think it's just very versatile because it gives us such a good bonus on sales prices across a vast array of products, which I find really cool to use, especially if you don't have that much experience with the game just yet. I think it really helps if you can boost all of your minor trade routes to just create more money for you. And as you can see, I mean, we're still pretty early on. Our treasury can, you know, would be able to pay for mercenaries for months now. So yeah, I think it's good. And I didn't even try to maximize anything or be the single most efficient village or whatever, but we're still making good money. And at the same time, we're also spending money because we've been buying sheep. So, yeah. Let's see the tax, I think, was it 10%? I think 5 will be plenty. Oops, not 0. 5. 5%, please. 5. No, not 21. 5. Thank you. And I'll keep the tithe up at 10 because I want to get to the first 1,000 here. And we do have enough food to be able to afford it. So if you're new to the game and you're playing with AI opponents and you need to claim other regions, you'll need this influence to do that. So an unclaimed region is 1,000 influence. A claimed region would be 2,000 influence. You get that through, you get that filled through the tithe. So if you put something like 30% here, what's going to happen is that once a month, 30% of your food will go into influence and will be deducted from the amount of food that your villagers have. So if you put the tithe really high and you realize that you're struggling for food in your village, consider reducing that tithe just to, keep more food in the village as opposed to filling this one person's belly, So just be aware that there are a huge number of factors affecting what's going on in your village. Same with the taxes. You have your regional wealth, and then once you set taxes in your manor, whatever you set here will be deducted from your regional wealth every month. So if you set the land tax to, let's say, 50% at the end of the month, this would be 550. That's all that's left in regional wealth because the other 550 would go into your treasury. Now, this is a valid thing to do maybe for a month if you're in a pinch and you really, really need those expensive mercenaries, but don't do that long term. Just try to grow pretty naturally. In the beginning, in military play, I usually put the land tax to like 15%, sometimes 20 in a pinch if I'm really tight. Excuse me. But later I'll just, lower that down to 5, or late game when I have so much here, I'll usually put it down to 1%. I wouldn't put it down to 0 because King's tax will be coming in. But if not, just lower the taxes. Your people will be thankful. It's almost like real life. So, which burgage plot did we have here? I don't even remember. So, I think this is this one. So let's not make that a bakery. I think we will be making... Do we have leather? No leather yet, because we're just starting with the goats. Let me just think real quick. We're producing wheat. I'm just considering what to put here. Of course, we could do some industry stuff. We also have the iron, but I really don't want to do that. Actually, I think we're going to do a butcher, because we have quite a bit of pork. And we could set the butcher... Do we have a... Yeah, the butcher can then do either sausages later as we get salt from one of the regions that we're gonna claim, or they'll make mutton then from the sheep. I love that sound. Just it's quite ironic. Anyway, this didn't... this video kind of has been developing a bit differently from what I expected. This running much more slowly, but I think it was worth just looking at some of these issues, for newcomer players. And this is, what my videos right now are mostly geared toward. I think it might be helpful to just hear some of this stuff and not despair if something isn't going well, if you're making mistakes, if you forgot what you wanted to do, as I frequently do. It doesn't matter. It's not... that's no catastrophe. Now, as I'm seeing this, I just made a very typical beginner mistake. I added this butcher. And when you add an artisan, meaning one of the industry backyard extensions, that burgage will become an artisan. And that means that they will be deducted from the work pool. And that means, because we only had one extra here, like one unassigned family, that's now gone, which means any construction is going to stall, because without an unassigned family, no construction is happening. Now, good thing we had this one extra person in the logging camp, so we'll just unassign them, and we have then that family back to do construction and, fixed. So if you see this happening and you have a 0 here, which is not good, you should always, always have an unassigned family, just like you should always, always have an unassigned ox. If you see a 0 here, and then you've gone like myself and just reduced the logging camp or whatever business you can find and unassign a family, and it's still 0, that means that you probably added 2 artisans or 3, or maybe you made a double plot enter an artisan, which means that 2 families will be reduced from the work pool. So you will be forced basically to find other buildings like quarries or mines or whatever to unassign people from in order to get back to that one unassigned family. don't despair. It's not a bug. It's just, you probably just didn't pay attention. And then maybe it's been a while and you've been wondering, why is nothing working anymore in my village? And, but maybe even go into the forums and say, this is not working, nobody's working. And then you put a screenshot up, and people like myself or other people on the forum who've been, helping people with the game, then see the screenshot, see the 0 up here, and know immediately, okay, that's just stalling everything. So make sure you always have that one unassigned family. Make sure you always have one unassigned aux, and then you're good to go. And with that bit of wisdom, I think that's it for this video. See you soon. Thank you for watching.